Good morning, my dear students. Nice to meet you again. Today, our third online lesson. The lesson of today is a new part, a literature part. Today, we have a new selection. The genre of this story is a biography. The biography is the life of someone, the life of Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt. Who is Eleanor Roosevelt and what did you know about her? All these details we'll know after reading the context. But before we start our show today, I have to remind you of the main narrative elements. In this video, we'll focus on 5 main elements. The author, a hint about the author, a hint about the background to the context, the reading strategy, the reading skills, and finally, new vocabularies. The first one is the author. Who is the author? The author is William J. Jacobs, or the biographer. Why he got that name? Because he wrote more than 30 biographies. Jacobs admired Eleanor Roosevelt because of her strength as a character. He noted, "The more I learned about Eleanor Roosevelt, the more I saw her as a woman of courage. She turned her pain to strength." The second is the background to the story. What's the background to the text? We have 2 main parts to discuss. The first one, her earlier life, especially the hard times. The hard times she lived when she became the First Lady of the United States from 1933 to 1945. Her husband, Franklin Roosevelt, had economic crisis that lasted through most of the 1930s. Millions of the Americans were unemployed, penniless, and suffering. So she tried to find some ways to help her husband. The second one is the help on the way. How could that woman find a way to help her husband? To encourage the recovery, the Roosevelt administration introduced programs such as Social Security and minimum wage that still provide relief today. Many of the first ladies, the later ideas were incorporated into her husband's New Deal programs. So she gave him 2 great ideas. The first one was the Social Security for all the citizens in the USA. The second one that we have to put as a minimum wage for all the workers or the employee in the United States. The reading skills, or I can say the reading strategy, the text analysis. What's the biography? We have studied many times before the meaning of the word biography. I have 2 parts for the word biography, bio and graphy. You know the bio, it means life of. The bio, the life of. And also like the word biology, for example. And graphia, that's a kind of writing. So I have biography, so the life of someone in a writing. So the biography is the writer bases the report on records, events of what the person did or said. So you are recording events about the person's life. The biography is the story of a person's life told by another person. So if you decided to write a story about a person's life, so you are a biographer. The biographers often reveal their personal opinions of their subject. However, they also balance their opinions with facts and details. And that's the main point. If you are writing a biography of someone, you have to focus on the facts of his life. So provide information about the person's life, give information about the person's life. Number two, reveal important aspects of his life. So show the main points or aspects in that person's life. Show us what others thought about that person. So the comments or something like that. Explain the importance of his or her life in a work. The reading skills. The reading skills today is a word we have studied before. The word chronological order. Chronological order. The word chronological order, it means a sequence. Put the events in sequence, or I can say in order. So when we use that way of writing, especially in a process of order. So to order some ideas in a story, in historical events, or in writing a biography. So we use this process to explain some main events about a person's life or historical events, or to show or retell a story. The last part of today is new vocabularies. The first word, faster with each other, the word brooding. Brooding is an adjective. So when I say country brooding at death of president. So what's the feeling of the country? What's the feeling of the people when the president died? So of course they worried. They feel worried, or they are in trouble. So the meaning of the word brooding, especially when you describe someone, I say he is full of worry, or I can say the way he is troubled, or he is worried person. Number two. The word compassionate. The word compassionate. Compassionate is an adjective also. So when I say first lady is compassionate toward others. So that's an adjective. I describe a person as is a compassionate one, so is a very kind person. A very kind person, or a helpful person who helps others in bad situations. So wanting to help others who suffer. Number three. Impoverished. Impoverished. A new adjective. To describe the people who are in trouble, but maybe because of the lack of food, or they didn't find a place to live in, so they lived impoverished life, like impoverished family going hungry in America. So impoverished, that's a new adjective to describe the people who are so poor, the people who didn't find a place to live in. So impoverished, it means very poor. Very poor. The new vocabulary, the word dominate. Dominate. When I say women dominate at home front meeting, so I think the part of the speech is so clear as a verb. The teacher dominate the classroom. So dominate means, to control. Very good. Dominate means to control, to have control over, or to control. The next one is the word grave. And here, follow me in this word especially, grave. You know that the grave is a tomb, right? A place where dead people burn. But that's not the meaning that we have today. Roosevelt feels a grave obligation to help. The grave here is an adjective, and I am describing a person who is a grave one, so that's a completely different meaning. Look at this picture and feel surprised as you see the meaning. Yes, that's a grave one. Who is a grave one? The meaning of the word grave. Easily, I can say the word dignified one. Dignified one. Who is the dignified one? I can say formal one. Formal one. And also it has the meaning of serious. Yes, serious one. But the meaning here is, yes, formal one or dignified person. Migrant. We have studied, I think, in science the meaning of the word migrant. Some animals are migrants, right? Migrant is used especially for the people who move from a country to another country. So migrant workers search for jobs. The people who didn't find a job in a place, so they became migrants to other countries. So migrant is a person, so I am describing him as an adjective. So migrant is a person or people who leave or move from a place to another place searching for food or searching for jobs. So migrant, moving from a place to another place. The new word is the word prominent, and I think this word is easy one because you know the meaning of this word. I describe a person as this person is a prominent one, so prominent is an adjective to describe as woman from prominent family, well-known family, right? Or famous family, like this person, of course, all of us knew this person. So he is a prominent. So prominent is a person who is well known, or I can say the word widely recognized. Famous person, prominent. The last word of today is the word wavering. Wavering, and of course it's not close to the meaning of wave. Yeah, so wavering is an adjective. And also if I'm describing a person is wavering, especially the students in the exams when you have an exercise or a question you don't know, so you feel wavering. So wavering means, yes, here, this picture I think simplify the meaning, agree and disagree, do, not to do. So you feel, yes, hesitated. So wavering means hesitated or a feeling of hesitation. Hesitating between two choices. So if you have two choices and you don't know which one is correct, so you are wavering student. Thank you very much for your listening, and I wish you could understand all the parts that we discussed today. And you have just two tasks to do after watching this video. The first one, to read the first 4 pages of the story. Try to find out a way to understand all these pages by searching for the difficult words that you don't know. Anyway, the second one, that you have to summarize these 4 pages in a separate paper as maximum 1 paragraph of 10 lines. 10 lines. Next time, inshallah, I'll prepare for you some questions and I'll discuss all these questions with you. Thank you again, and I wish you happy day. Thank you.